Now, this is a section that I added onto my website and it's under the homeschool, so it goes along with that. And the title of the page is Listen Up. But once you go into it, it say you really had to ask that. Now, it, I basically created this where it's so many parents and so many learning coaches that ask questions that leaves me speechless basically, and it makes me, you know, chuckle a little bit inside because, at some point all of us had these questions, or you may one day have these questions, but I just wanted to do this because it's something that everyone asks, but it makes me chuckle every time someone asks. Now, the first thing is logging attendance. Now, if you are attending an online school, whether that's K-12 or Connections Academy or another online school, if they tell you to, when it comes to login attendance and they tell you to put down a certain amount of hours, put down that certain amount of hours. There's so many people going through the group chat in K-12 and Connections Academy and basically saying, well, I know they said log 7 hours a day, but what if my child only did 4 hours worth of work? That's not how it works. If they're telling you to log 7 hours, if they tell you to log 8 hours, log what they're telling you to log because it's for truancy purposes. If you are in online school and one day you put 4, the other day you put 7, the other day you put 3, that's start to dip over into truancy. Log that 7 hours for that day. If you feel like your child may have not got enough work in, just do the work for, the next day. Or, work ahead or read in some books. Find your child or find your student something else to do. Log the attendance that's asked to the way they asked you to do it, basically. Now, when it comes to physical education, now where me and my kids are currently, well, me and my kids, where my kiddos are right now, they ask for you to log the physical education. It's a whole chart based thing where you have to put what they did and how many hours, and then you count the hours up for the week. A lot of people, especially when it starts to get kind of a little cooler outside, they say, well, what if my child can't go outside and play? You can get your child to exercise. If they don't want to exercise, they can do their chores around the house. It can be playing with a sibling. It can be cleaning up. It can be anything as long as they're moving. So when it comes to physical education, it can be any one of those things. Now, another thing, communication. Communication is key. Please always make sure you have emails and telephone numbers for school contacts and for teachers. You want to make sure that you have the main telephone number for the school that your child is going to. You won't believe how many people don't have that. You want to make sure you have their email address, the website, and fax number. And when it comes to teacher, you want to make sure you have their telephone number, and you want to make sure that you have their email address. Now, I know most schools do make it where the teacher can have their own telephone line and their own email address. So make sure you have those things. So if you have any question about grades or anything like that, you have a point of contact. Save all important links. Any link that you come across that you feel like it may be important to you for any purpose, just say if it's a school calendar or anything like that, you want to put that in a Google Doc, or you can put it in your favorites, but I like to put it on my bookmark bar. So when I click it into my favorites, I put it on my bookmark bar, and I'll name it something like kids schooling or something like that. And I can go into it and I can hit each individual link that where I want to find whatever I'm looking for. So anything that you come across, it can be an educational video, it can be like I said before, it can be a calendar to the school, it can be the school website, it can be anything that you have to click on, a link that you have to click on all the time. You want to save all of those links in one place. Now, the internet and going on vacation, I see a lot of people having questions about, what if I go on vacation? What if they're in school? Now, this is one of those things where if you are in a school like K-12 and every single day you have 3 or 4 classes a day, your child have 3 or 4 classes a day, and they have to be in all of those classes, you want to make sure that your child still stays put, or you have the Wi-Fi strength that is needed to make sure that they are in all of their classes. Now, if they're in a school like Connections Academy, you want to make sure that they do all of their work up. And with the Connections Academy, I think it's once every 2 weeks that your child is required to be in a class or required to have some type of contact with the teacher. You want to make sure that they can get all of their work done, and they have that one meeting every 2 weeks.